Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you are on this evil bastard planet. Now, the evil people on the left are going after anybody who is in the middle, conservative, right of conservative, obviously the alt right, etc. They're going after anybody who doesn't follow their views. You see it in the way that many of these businesses, I mean, look at Qantas, for instance, in Australia, um, drop kicked Falau out of the Wallabies team. The instruction came from them by a gay man to tell that stupid, ugly hag that Falau had to go. And they got what they wanted. But you see, now they're fighting back. A Christian organization in Australia set up a GoFundMe. Sorry, no. See, that word GoFundMe is so in the same way as Google. See how it's embedded in our minds. What I meant to say was that GoFundMe stopped all the donations to Israel Folau, the rugby player who played for Australia, and refunded everybody their money. Now, this is wrong on every level. They are supposed to be neutral. They are supposed to be neutral. And they've made the statement that he doesn't. What is it? I don't know. I can't even. Don't get. I don't care. Something to do with their values. And so they removed his GoFundMe page, and there was $600,000. $600,000. But guess what? The publicity backfired on those bastards on GoFundMe. It's not surprising. I mean, it's set up by a bunch of fucking hippies. The same as Patreon, set up by a fucking hippie. So now it backfired to those bastards. The ACL, the Australian Christian Lobby, set up their own fundraising. And guess what? And guess what? They have raised in, I think, less than, or in 12 hours, 1.5 million. Over. In fact, I think the last I saw was 1.5 million, coming up to nearly 600. So it will be $1.6 million that have raised in just over 12 hours. So the publicity's been great for Israel. Now, this comes to this border-wide, view of censorship. We've got to stop supporting these bastards. There are alternatives that we can go to. And there is an example of an alternative to GoFundMe. The problem is GoFundMe is huge now, even though it hasn't been around a long time. Whereas I believe the ACL, which is Australia, as an organisation, they've been going since 1995. So they're fairly small, but they were able to raise nearly 1.6 million in just over 12 hours. Whereas it took, apparently, I think, 4 days for it to get to 600,000 on GoFundMe. So this is great news. So this means that you can get all these idiots who will attack people with a Christian conservative viewpoint, or just ordinary decent human beings who don't agree with the left. I'm not saying far left, I'm talking about anybody on the left consistently appears to be a complete and total twat. You must start using these alternative mediums. There is an alternative to YouTube, BitChute. There's an alternative to Reddit, VOT. There's an alternative to Twitter, Gab. There's an alternative to Google, DuckDuckGo. But there's also an alternative using Opera. Opera has been great. Some fantastic features on Opera. And one of the features on Opera that is incredible is a free VPN. A free one via Opera. You need to check that out. Then you've got Brave. I don't use it much, to be honest with you, but it's there. Sometimes I'll go in there and use it. I tend to use, and I have been making an effort, with not too much effort, to use Opera. The problem is Google have done a fantastic job in intertwining your details into their everything that you do online. So when I try and use Opera at times, and my passwords and my emails, everything's all intertwined into Google, but I'm making that effort to go across to back to Opera. I was using Opera way before I was using Chrome, and the fact that they've got the free VPN is fantastic. You've got Momzilla. Again, I haven't used Momzilla for years. I don't know what their thinking are, but you should have at least 3 or 4 browsers that you can use on your machine, laptop or computer. You've got now a good competitor to Facebook Minds. It's going to take years for Minds to dent anything to do with Facebook, with 2.3 billion people. But the funny thing is, Minds were already using cryptocurrency long before Facebook started to get into the game now. And unfortunately, they're going to be the big dominant beast, because their intention with Facebook is going to take over the cryptocurrency and eventually probably hand it over to the government, so that they, is fully and totally interconnected to the banking system. Then you've got Gmail, Protomail. Never used them. Again, we need to start supporting these people. Then we've got Wikipedia. We've got Info Galactic. Very interesting. Never heard of them. You've got Google Play. You've got another competitor to that. Microsoft Office, LibreOffice. But you've also got another one that used to be fairly popular, and I can't remember the name for the life of me. Again, there is another one to LibreOffice. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But anyway, there is another one to that. So, I'm not going to pay these guys anyway. So I haven't used Libra for a while, but there is another one out there. The idiots at Patreon, and now you've got Subscribestar. Subscribestar's subscription must have hit through the roof by now, and they're not censoring anybody, which is great. I believe it's based in Russia, which is great. They don't have any of this nonsense there. So, Subscribestar is doing pretty well. we must all back these new wherever new sites as wherever we can, and as long as they are open to free speech. Um, Certainly, most of these are. You're not going to get thrown off them. I heard that Paul Joseph Watson is setting something up as well, which is good. We need more and more people like that um, who are being kicked off YouTube. YouTube is actually wanting to make itself a broadcasting company, I suppose, getting away from. Why would you want to do that? You've become so successful with billions of people going onto your well, not billions, but you know, I think the not quantum, the South Korean guy um, who brought out that song. I can't remember what it was. He's hopping around as if he's on a bloody horse. I think he was the first to hit 1 billion views on YouTube. So now you want to give that up and become something else? Great. Leave this platform for BitChute and other, hopefully more other, platforms out there, so that people can earn a living and not, put all their eggs in one basket, which was YouTube. Because this is what a lot of people did. And then they were panicking. Where do I go? Where do I go? Thank God we have BitChute. Thank God we've got Gab. Thank God we've got Minds. Thank God we've got DuckDuckGo. Thank God we've got Subscribe Star, and we need more independent, free thinking companies out there. Twitter needs to lose its share. There needs to be another Gab out there to challenge, YouTube's dominance. Telegraph. Oh, sorry, Telegram. I've never start messaging. I think that's probably another one competitor to um, Twitter. Start messaging. All right, you've got to put your mobile in, blah, blah, blah. But you really got to start looking, I mean, yeah, I'm using at the moment Google Chrome, and as you can see, there are a lot of things on here. They haven't quite got done the same on Opera yet. This is the problem. You do tend to be hooked by the features. I mean, I don't use Explorer. I haven't used it in probably 10 months. Once, and that was it. I've been using my Opera and Chrome, but I wanted to have wean myself as much as I possibly can, or at least use Chrome as less as I possibly can, and use Opera. For instance, I don't use Gmail as much now. I've gone over to Outlook. I mean, owned by Microsoft, which is bad enough. If things start to get bad, I will move over to Protomail. But again, the problem is, we need to do the research on them. But do the research and start using them. There's no harm. There's no harming having 3, 4, 5, or even whatever email clients you use out there. Mix it up a little bit. Don't just stay with these twats. Move. Start using other people who are free thinkers. Anyway, I'm just saying my bit. If you like this video, please click like and spread it around. Thank you very much.